Hey, I'm Dean Kelly, and this is the SuperIndieIO Show for the week of July 16th. So last week, three big topics of interest kind of came up. First, there was the announcement of Jump, the Netflix-like service for indie gaming. The second big one that I kind of saw was the Humble Bundle is picking up Mineko's night market for publishing rights. And the third one, everybody's favorite, Ludum Dare, coming back for number 39. So, Ludum Dare number 39 will be starting July 28th and going through July 31st. So, late on Friday, right through Monday morning. So, if you go to ldjam.com right now, you'll be able to kind of sign up and get your theme suggestions in for the next big one. Last time out, number 38, was A Small World. As of right now, about 450 people have signed up for this round's jam. And if you're looking to get in on it, sign up now and see what you can make. I'm not particularly good at developing, but I'm looking to see what kind of comes out of it, seeing as Ludum Dare has produced a couple of big hits in the past, and something interesting always comes out of it. So next up is Mineko's Night Market. So this really cute little game about cats and farming and exploring, well, it's going to be published by the Humble Bundle. So everybody knows the Humble Bundle as more of a marketplace, less as a publisher. But they did announce back in February, they'd start getting into this business, start being a micro publisher. And they did actually announce 7 games of 4, so it's not their first game they've announced. A couple other big titles like Iconfall are already being scheduled to be published by Humble Bundle. But this is the most recent announcement. So I'm excited for Mineko's Night Market because it just looks so cute. If you go check out the trailer, the catchy little tune, and all the really cute cats in this crazy art style by the Vancouver developers Meowza Games. It's going to be interesting because it's coming out in 2018. I don't know if it'll be the first one that'll actually be released via Humble Bundle, because a couple of their games have actually come out in early access. But it's good to see more smaller publishers getting out there and actually getting the games and funding games. Because this is a game that clearly deserves some amount of funding and some kind of push to get it out there. It's so beautiful and it's kind of unique. It's not pixel. It's kind of a 2D art on a 3D 3/4 plane. And it's kind of hard to describe. So if you're kind of looking for something very artsy, and super cute, you gotta check out Mineko's Night Market. So the biggest news of the week is that Jump, is gonna be launching later this summer. Everybody's calling it the Netflix for indie games. It's a subscription service. They're pricing it, starting out at least at $10 a month. And they're saying that at launch, they're going to have about 60 games or so plus. I think after the announcement, they probably got a half dozen other smaller developers kind of trying to get in on there. If you go check it out now, playonjump.com, you're going to find about 8 games in their beta. So the beta's open now through the 24th, so just about a week left. And if you get in there, you can find 8 games. So they have Teslagrad, which I think is probably the biggest name they have on there right now. A Wizard's Lizard, cute little roguelike 2D kind of game. Mole Men Must Die, Sproggy Wood, Always Sometimes Monsters, probably the second biggest name I think they have on there. Acorn Assault, Rodent Revolution, The Bridge, and Stunt Runner. So not a big 1-2 punch for games to start out with, but it's only 8 of the 60, leaving 52 unannounced so far. And I think it's going to be interesting how quickly they really build up a marketplace and really build market share. Because right now, I don't think anybody's really in the mind of a subscription service for games. We see stuff with Sony, what they're trying to do, and they're not really pushing it because they have their own thing. Steam doesn't do any of that stuff. It really feels like a movies and a TV show marketplace for subscription service. I think $10 is probably just the right amount, especially since these are going to be indie games. It's not EA, AAA titles. It's not Ubisoft trying to do this. It's going to be a lot of smaller games. My questions are, at what point does a dev go on to this? Do small developers want to start on this platform? Are they going to be offering enough to get games that are unreleased onto Jump before they hit Steam, before they hit Humble? It's clearly not going to be a lot of exclusive games, at least to start out. But I'd like to see what can they get early on. Can they get some of the bigger titles? Can they get a Nidhogg 2, which is coming out in just a couple months? Can they get that onto the platform real quick? Another thing is they're calling it highly curated. So many people have been, coming at Steam saying, look, you've put 40% of all your games on the platform within 1 year. There's no curation there. If you look at Steamworks now, it's $100 to get your game on there. So if you've created a small mobile app and you want to port it to PC, $100, and then you put yourself open to tens of millions of people. They think that they're trying to solve this curation problem. They even state on the site, games will be on there for about 12 months minimum. And then based on the developer, whether they continue on or not, that's another conversation. So clearly they're trying to solve the curation problem, but I'd say 6 of the 8 games they got in the beta right now were those highly curated, or did you just manage to get 60 games to start, and from there we'll see the curation. From there we'll see the cream of the crop come forward. So right now they have a desktop app. It's available for Windows and for Mac. There's no desktop app for Linux, but the web app does actually work on Linux. I tried it on a Chromebook. I would say it's going to work on a game-by-game basis, whether it's going to work on a smaller laptop, especially one that's slightly underpowered. They're not going for the Crisis of the world, so you'll probably good to run it on a lighter, less beefy PC. Who knows what kind of... So, if you go there now, you can get in on the beta. They're saying that to start off with, they'll have a 14-day trial, so you can get in there and test out the games and see how it works for you. I think the app was pretty good. It's interesting to see how it doesn't actually download the games. It's kind of pulling only the files that you need at this time. And they're calling it this hyperjump technology. So you don't need a lot of room. You don't need a lot of power. That makes it a really good proposition if you're kind of on a budget and not looking to do too much. But I just wonder, what does the gaming market see in a subscription model for gaming? Because so much of, especially the indie game scene, is being driven by those secondary and tertiary sales. You get started, you get the big word of mouth, and then you wait 6 months for the big Steam sale, and you can get another 10,000 copies out there. Maybe this fits in between the original sale and your second and third sale. But I haven't seen anything really out there yet. So thanks for listening. Come check us out, SuperIndie.io, on Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr at SuperIndieIO. Thank you so much.